Good day and welcome to our webinar, Check Your Pension. This webinar is about your pension at ABN AMRO Pension Fund. We tell you all you need to know about your pension, how it works and when to come in action. My name is Rob Rebergen and I give this webinar together with my colleague Yannick Braaksma. Yannick, tell us about what you will do during this webinar.
Thanks, Rob. I will assist Rob. I'm your co-host today, and I will try to answer all your questions. We have a team of pension specialists behind the scenes, so please use the chat to ask us any pension-related questions. And the more general questions I will try to answer during this webinar.
Well, thank you, Yannick. Then we'll start, but first we'd like to address the new rules starting in 2027. Because last year, new pension law in the Netherlands came about, and this year, bank and labor unions agreed on a solidarity premium scheme. After the summer of this year, we can tell you more about it. Not yet, unfortunately, because the elaboration of the new rules has to take place. It's taking place as we speak. But it will only get in effect starting January 2027 or a year later 2028. Of course, we keep you informed, and later in this webinar we'll tell you a little bit more about the new rules and the solidarity premium scheme. So now we go to the webinar Check Your Pension. And we address check what you get, check when you should act, what to expect, and stay informed. Check what you get. People who live or work in the Netherlands can get the so-called AOW pension. This is the Dutch basic state pension. This is also called the first pillar. So we've got 3 pillars. This is the first one, this pension you receive from the Dutch government. You only have to work, you only have to live in the Netherlands for that. Each year you build up a little bit of AOW pension. The second pillar is the pension you build up through your employer. That's what this webinar is about. You might have built up pension from a previous employer as well. We'll tell you more about that later. The third pillar is what you do yourself for your pension. For example, bank savings. Today, as I said, we primarily talk about the pension you accrue at your pension fund, the second layer that is. So it's all pension, but we talk about the pension you build up through your employer. AOW, which you get from the government, you might want to know when, if you receive it and when you receive it. Check the website www.svb.nl, svb.nl/en, and you can fill in your date of birth and then you'll know what your AOW date will be. What will you get? What kind of pensions do you accrue at ABN AMRO Pension Fund? That is a retirement pension, which is for you. You receive that lifelong, and you receive that after you retire. The second one is partner's pension. It's the pension your partner receives after your death. Your partner also received this pension lifelong. And lastly, there's also an orphan's pension. It's for your child or children in case you decease. They receive the orphan's pension till the age of 21. About relationships, how to manage partner pension. We do need to know about your partner. Relationship refers to the following situations. You are married under Dutch law. you and your partner have a registered life partnership under Dutch law, or you and your partner maintain a shared household and have entered into a notarial cohabitation agreement, or, which is possible only since last year, a so-called verklaring samenwonen, agreement cohabitation, which you can find on our website. Please contact us if you want to know more. Contact details will appear on the screen and also at the end of this webinar. If you are not married, you must register your partner with us before you retire. So that's very important, cohabitation. That's the 3 pension sorts you accrue at ABN AMRO Pension Fund. How does it work? How do you accrue your pension? Well, the employer pays a maximized premium. And the employer does so by giving us a monthly premium, and you also pay a small part of this yourself. If you want to know how much it is, you can find it on your salary. It's printed on that. Yannick, can you tell us what the pension fund does with this contribution?
Yes, the pension fund invests all premiums together. We cannot put it simply on a savings account because we would not have enough money to pay pensions now, pensions in the future, but also to keep up with price increases, so to increase the pensions each year. So all those premiums together, we will invest that and try to obtain sufficient returns to increase the pensions and to pay all the pensions, not only now, but also in the future.
Thank you, Yannick. The pension system now, is an average pay scheme, which means your final pension is based on the average of your salary over the course of your working life. What will you get this year in 2024? The intended accrual rate is 1.875%, and we also have to take in consideration your state pension offset. How does this work? Like this, in this example, there's a salary of 50,000 euros. The state pension offset is based on the AOW, which you already get from the state, and what remains is the pensionable earnings. In this example, it's approximately 32,000. And the pensionable earnings, we multiply that with the accrual percentage, 1.875, and that means that this year, in this example, you would approximately accrue 600 euros of pension. This is the growth of your pension this year. All these contributions together make up your pension, and we hope we'll be able to raise your pension each year by indexation. We'll get to that later. There are a few risks for your pensions. Not all of them are very big risks, but we'll have to address it now. You might have a lower pension accrual if the premiums are not enough to be able to obtain this maximum accrual percentage. It might be a little bit lower. So then you will receive a little bit less pension that year. It's also possible reduction of your pension, but that's only in the most extreme case if there's a funding shortfall. This never happens at ABN AMRO Pension Fund. So we have to address it, but it will not happen very likely. And the last one is loss of purchasing power. Every year we try to adjust the pension to the price developments. This is called indexation. In this way, your pension retains its purchasing power. Your pension can lose purchasing power if there is no money for indexation or full indexation. And Unfortunately, we were not able to make full indexation possible this year. So here you see the last indexations over the last 5 years. 2023 and 2022 were quite extreme in inflation, price increase, but we were able to make indexation possible. So up till January this year, your pension, you could buy the same things with your pension as the year before or the year before that. But unfortunately, we were not able to do it this year. That's because the board of our pension fund takes in consideration the guidelines for applying indexation, and one of them is we have to also take into account what the economic developments and index increase will be in the future. And because that's not so positive, we were not able to fully indexate your pension, unfortunately. But you're still with a good pension fund because all those years we've been able to make indexation possible. You might have guessed, English is not my native language, so we'll try our best. If you don't know what I mean, just say it in the chat and my colleagues will help you. We'll do our best. Are there any questions, Yannick?
Yes, Rob, we have some questions. I will just go through the first 2 questions we received. And the first one is, can I watch this webinar again? Yes, you can. On our website, if you go to our website, www.ABN AMRO Pensioenfonds in Dutch.nl. On the homepage, if you scroll down, you see go directly to, and you see a few links. And there is also the webinar, Check Your Pension, so you can watch it over there. But we also will upload this webinar to our YouTube account, so you can also watch it. And also, please share it with colleagues who you think they can benefit from this webinar, Check Your Pension. And the next question is, I just joined the ABN AMRO Bank. What do I have to do considering my pension? And the first answer is you don't have to do anything at first. When you start working at the ABN AMRO Bank or a member company, you automatically start to accrue pension with our pension fund within our pension scheme. What you can do is, of course, look into your personal environment on our website, check your details, maybe your partner details, or as Rob said, you can maybe register a partner. And within 1 month, we will send you a letter and inform you about the pension scheme. If you're now working at the bank or a member company, let's say more than 2 months, you receive no letter from us yet, please contact us, our pension desk, and we can look into that. So that are the first 2 questions, Rob.
Thank you. The personal surroundings on our website, Mijn Pensioen, unfortunately is not in English. So if your Dutch is a little okay, you can try. But if you need help, please contact us. Our contact details will be on screen during this webinar and at the end of this webinar. We'll go on, check when you should act. And there are quite a few moments when you should act and consider what the impact is on your pension. For example, maintaining a shared household. We'll get into it later. I'll just call it when this event occurs. Divorce or termination of your cohabitation agreement. Moving or getting married abroad. Changing jobs or quitting job. Part-time work, temporary leave, unemployment, early or late retirement. When should you take action? We just called all the events and now we dive into that a little bit deeper. Maintaining a shared household. You and your partner need to enter into a notarial cohabitation agreement or a so-called verklaring samenwonen in Dutch. You don't need an official person for that. You can just fill in the form. Get in touch for help. You must register your partner and upload the cohabitation or the verklaring form, which you can find on our website as well, in Mijn Pensioen, your personal surroundings on our website. This is what I just said, only in Dutch. If you don't understand, please contact our pension desk. What does this mean, registering your partner? This means that in the event of your death, your partner will receive a lifelong partner's pension. So if you want to take good care of your partner, which you live with, you should register your partner. But be aware that if you separate, the partner pension that has been built up during your relationship will be for your partner, for your ex-partner. So make a clear decision about that. Another event which is impactful on your pension is breaking up. Check what your ex-partner is entitled to and record the agreements about the division of your pension. Maybe there are already agreements in a prenuptial agreement or cohabitation agreement, but if not, please write it down. This is called convenant, and I say it in Dutch, a breakup convenant. Contact us if you break up, and we'll tell you the possibilities and what you can do and what your ex-partner can do. Your ex-partner can contact us as well. What happens at a divorce or termination of registered partnership? Your ex-partner is entitled to special partner's pension, which is the case with ending of cohabitation, but when it's an end of a marriage or a registered partnership, your ex-partner is also entitled to half of your retirement pension. It's a right, it's not that it's going to be like that. So you decide and your ex-partner decides. So all different arrangements are possible, but you have to write it down and you have to notify us as well. If you need help, please contact us. Ending a cohabitation. When your marriage ends, we know because of the information we get from your municipal county. If you end a cohabitation, we don't know because this is not something you deal with the municipality. If your cohabitation ends, your ex-partner is, as I just said, entitled to special partner's pension. That is the pension, the partner pension you build up during your relationship. It's important to notify us in time about the ending of your cohabitation. Please do. Don't forget. Changing jobs. We'll go to Yannick in a moment because changing jobs, what's possible is to take your pension to another pension provider of your new employer. It's called a pension transfer. You can request a quote from your new pension fund for the transfer of your pension rights, and then, only then, after that, you can make a clear decision, and we can help you with that. You should compare the two pension schemes, and lastly, if you change job, if you leave ABN AMRO or another company which also is related to our pension fund, and the relation to the retirement pension and partner pension is not 100 to 70, we will give you an offer to raise it to the 70%. If you didn't get a letter, don't worry about it. The ratio between those two is okay, so don't worry about it. But if you do, and you want to raise it, it's possible. If you don't know what it means about the letter, contact us. Yannick, can you give a few examples of what to look out for when comparing pension schemes?
Yes, of course. as you said, Rob, it's good to compare those pension schemes and maybe look at the indexation, because the indexation differs between pension funds. So it's wise to check how we raise your pension fund over the years and how your new pension provider did. And however, this does not guarantee the indexation in the future will be the same. And furthermore, the partner pension now at ABN AMRO Pension Fund is assured for everyone at our pension fund. But maybe your new pension provider only assures us a partner pension based on risk. So when you then leave that new company and that pension scheme, you will lose that partner pension. So that's a good thing to check. The coverage ratio is a good instrument to compare the pension funds and look how financially healthy a pension fund is. And you can also look for the recent years, how was the pension fund able to index the pension to keep up with the price increases. And there are a few things you can check before that you make a decision. And as Rob also said before, if you have more questions, you want to talk with one of our specialists, contact our pension desk and we can help you with the checklist.
Thanks, Yannick. Another moment when you should take action is when you start to work part-time, because you have to be aware that working less means less salary, means less pension accrual, and also less pension for your surviving dependents. If you have a temporary leave because of sickness or a sabbatical or a generation leave, there are all kinds of leaves which you can choose from at ABN AMRO. Be aware that a maximum of 6 months of pension accrual during this leave. So if your leave takes longer, your pension accrual will stop, only for 6 months. If you quit your job, your pension accrual stops, of course, and that means also a lower partner's pension. Your accrued pension remains at our funds unless you decide to do a pension transfer. If you retire, you can accrue pension at our fund up till 68 years. However, the retirement age is the state pension age, the age which you will receive the AOW, what we talked about in the beginning of this webinar. What is your AOW date? When will you receive your AOW pension in the Netherlands? Well, check it at www.svb.nl, and there's also an English version of the website /en. You can fill in your date of birth and then you will know your AOW date. You can and may retire earlier or even later, from the age of 57 to maximum 5 years after state pension. When you retire, you can make various pension choices. The most important is the retirement date. So somewhere between 57 and 5 years after the state pension, which is approximately 67 or 67 and 3 months. Inform us about your pension choices on time. And of course, we can help you with that, because the pension planner in Mijn Pensioen is not in English. However, you might be able to do it. So, but if you can't and you need help, please contact us. As I said, you can retire early from the age of 57. Of course, the pension will be less. When you go abroad, when you emigrate to another country, you should inform us about it, because we do want to reach you and need your new address. If you marry abroad, please let us know as well. And if you move abroad, so from another address abroad to another one, please tell us as well. We do need to stay in touch, because we have a part of your income which is just for you. And we want to inform you about important things about it. It's your money, so stay in touch. Are there any questions, Yannick?
Yes, Rob, they are. And there are, first one is, what will happen to the pension that I accrued under my previous employer scheme? That's a good question because, as you stated earlier, you have the possibility to take your pension from another employer to our pension fund, and also if you leave the ABN AMRO pension fund, you can take the pension with you. And there's a checklist which helps you decide if this is a good option for you or not. And there's a website, www.mijnpensioenoverzicht.nl, and if you look into that, they also have an English version. You can choose for an English language, and there you see all the pension that you accrued with one or maybe more pension schemes here in the Netherlands. So you have the possibility. We can help you with a check if this is a good thing for you to do. One thing to mention here is that this applies to other pension you accrued here in the Netherlands. If you accrued pension before in another country outside the Netherlands, it's another story. It's not so easy. And also, if you want to take the pension you accrued here in the Netherlands abroad to when you move out of the Netherlands, it's also not that easy. If that is the case, please contact our pension professionals or pension desk, because they have a questionnaire that can help you out whether it's possible to do this. A good thing to know is that in almost every country in the world, you can receive the pension when you retire that you accrued here in the Netherlands. That would not be have to be a problem.
No.
Another question we have, and you just said it, but there are a few questions about this. I think it's good to repeat. Okay. Is what happens to my pension if I start to work fewer hours? Now, as Rob said, if you work fewer hours, that also will affect the accrual of your pension. And the same goes if you work more hours. That also affects. So. We will calculate the increase or decrease in the hours you work as a percentage of the full-time hours. And full-time hours are 36 or 40 hours a week, depending on your employment agreement. So we take that percentage, and that will increase or decrease the amount of pension that you accrue at that moment. Those are the questions for now.
Okay,
Rob.
okay. We'll go on. What to expect? This is about the new pension system. People are getting older. There are fewer working people compared to pensioners. People no longer work for an employer all their lives, but often change jobs or start a business. And another reason why this new pension system has been in law is because of the extremely low interest rates the past few years. In the new pension system, everyone has a premium scheme. The premium is age independent. You see the amount available for your pension, the money that the pension fund invests for you. Your pension fund makes an annual estimate of the pension you can expect. But, and this is different from now, pensions will move along with the economy more than we know now. Pensioners' pensions will fluctuate as little as possible. So there are measurements we can take to, not guarantee, but to make fluctuations as little as possible after you receive your pension. But before that, it's possible that it changes more than it's now the case. Also, the pension that your partner and children receive after your death will change as well. It will be on a risk base, which we talked about earlier. You will receive, but a lot of it stays the same as well, so don't worry. You will receive a pension for as long as you live. So even it's a personal capital you accrue, it will not dry up. If you reach the age of 100, you will still receive our pension. And what also stays the same is that from a certain age, 67 or a bit later, you also receive state pension. Are there any questions about the new pension system, or is it maybe too early, or any other questions?
We had some questions about the new pension scheme, but I think it's good to say that we don't know anything yet, and the things we know now, you addressed in this webinar. But of course, when we know more and there's more information for us to share, we will come back to you. Please make sure that you watch out for also a webinar on the new pension scheme when that's available. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any other?
Any other questions? Yeah, we have a few topics that are a lot of questions about, so I think it's good to repeat this information. And the first thing is, what happens to my pension when I go on leave? And as Rob stated, it's important to know when you go on leave and it's more than 6 months, yes, this will have a impact on your pension. So if you go on leave for more than 6 months, please contact our pension desk or maybe the HR department at the ABN AMRO Bank or member company and let them inform you about what this means for your pension. The second one was, what do I do when I move house? If you move house here in the Netherlands, you don't have to do anything. We are informed automatically, so that's okay. If you move outside of the Netherlands, yes, please inform us, because we don't get that information. And also when you move house to another, you already live outside of the Netherlands, you move to another address outside the Netherlands, yeah, please inform us. And I think it's a good thing to say here. Also make sure we have not only your company email address, but if you don't, please also share a private email address with us, because then when you leave the ABN AMRO Bank or a member company, we also have a good possibility to stay in contact with you in the future and inform you about your money, about your pension. And the last thing, it's about what happens to my pension if my partner and I separate or divorce. Now, as Rob said, the default here is that when you divorce, the partner receives the accrued partner pension and also half of the retirement pension. That is the default, but you can also make other agreements. And the thing is here, if you want to have information about this, please contact us. And also if you have those agreements already with your partner or ex-partner, please inform us. And I think that's the most important information here.
Yeah, thanks, Yannick. That's good information. Lastly, stay informed. We got a website, www.abnamropensioenfonds.nl. I could translate it, but you won't be able to find it, ABN AMRO Pension Fund, because that's not an address. But if you did find it, you can choose the English version of the website. This webinar will be there in a week as well. Also mentioned by Yannick is mijnpensioenoverzicht.nl. This is the website where you can find all pensions you accrued in the Netherlands. So maybe you've had another job for a little while, maybe a vacation job when you were young, you can find it there. And please, maybe that's the core business of this webinar. We said it a lot of times. Stay in touch. We're here for you. If you have a question, please call us or email us, and we really like to help you. Not everything is in English, but we can help you with that. And at least we have this English webinar, Check Your Pension. So good that you took part in this. And lastly, as I said, we are here for you. This is the address of our website. This is the email address of the pensioen desk at abnamropensioenfonds.nl. And you can also phone us every weekday from 8:30 up till 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the number you see on the screen. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Thank you, Yannick, as well.
Thank you, Rob.
It was our first time. We did well.
Box.
And bye-bye.